I needed to take a vacation, so I made a solo record.
Wanted to have Thom Yorke on the record?
No, I wanted somebody, I got the right guy for it, but I was looking for somebody like Thom Yorke. Okay. And I didn't want to deal with trying to track Thom Yorke down because it just seemed like too much hassle.
And who was the guy who sounded like him?
Well, it doesn't really, it's not really, it doesn't sound like Thom Yorke, but it's a similar, like the high voice that Thom Yorke sometimes sings in is what I was looking for. And that's a guy who's actually on the record named Rocco DeLuca.
Okay, because now, yeah, you're taking the record to a stage. Did you already had in mind who you wanted you to join you on stage?
Well, I did when I heard Myles Kennedy sing. He did 2 songs on the record, and I asked him if he would do the tour.
Were there other options you had in mind?
I did before I met him. I had a couple other different people, but then I met Myles, and we recorded together, and I go, this guy's amazing. He's way better than anybody else that I thought of. So I asked him if he would do it. So.
Are there, maybe you had a list maybe of people you wanted to work with. Is there still a sort of B list or another list?
I never made a list.
Okay.
There's no list. I just would listen to the music that I wrote and think who would sound good on it. I mean, I obviously know a lot of different singers in the back of my mind. So I just go, this one sounds like Ian Astbury, this one sounds like Ozzy Osbourne, this one sounds like Fergie, this one sounds like Andrew Stockdale, and that's how I sort of chose all the singers for the record.
Do you still have a sort of wish to work with a certain singer that you haven't worked before?
I mean, when I go to, if I go to make another record like this, then we'll see, I'll write some music and I'll see who, who I'm inspired to work with. I don't really sort of pick out people and go, God, I want to work with this guy, I want to work with that guy. It just sort of happens,
Yeah, right at the moment, Velvet Revolver is put on a hold maybe a little bit?
It's just been on hold, yeah.
How do you see now, when you can you tell now, is this something you will continue to develop your own project now, or will maybe it switch again to Velvet Revolver after this?
Yeah, when the tour's over, I'm probably going to go back to Velvet Revolver and see, people are still submitting tapes and CDs of their vocals and all that kind of stuff, so there's still activity. So hopefully at the sometime next year we'll get back together and see what's happening.
Have you already listened to some of these tapes?
Oh, all of them, yeah.
And can you what is your impression when you get, is it people did you put an ad somewhere that people could submit tapes? Or?
Well, I mean, I have done. We sort of just put the word out on the street, and everybody sort of knows about it. I didn't put any. When we were looking for a singer before Scott Weiland, we actually did put an ad out. But online you can find out about it, and you can go on the band's website. So.
But is it mostly from people in the industry, or maybe some people who sort of came by surprise and surprised you in a way?
No, there's people from all over. Not necessarily people just in the industry. There's people that word of mouth gets around, so they can be people from all over the place.